Let's have a look at you young Spriggans. Hey, you young Spriggans with you don't know nothing about what your grandparents and your great grandparents were into. 'Cause they don't tell you. Unless they post it on Facebook and you go, yeah, who's that band? Oh, the 1970s. Yeah, that was a long time ago. The 50s and the 60s. That's not Billie Eilish and Taylor Swift. Whoever the heck they are. Sorry, this face isn't old enough to even know who they are either, well, except for vaguely. This face is from the Metallica and Offspring generation. But anyway. Slayer. Anyway, imagine so about people reminiscing of the good old days of the youth in their past, and they imagine their past has been the same for everyone else. Back in the olden days, they don't necessarily remember their past accurately anyway. So let's have a look at this idea of the imagined past being perfect for people. Isn't it nice when people get to, well, say about 70? 70 is probably the right age for this. Where all they can remember from their youth is riding their bicycle and, um, you know, fucking making campfires and bows and arrows and, going fishing and yabbing and all the cool stuff, okay? Life used to be so much more laid back then. And then you got to the 70s and all the good music was around. What did people like then? Susie Quattro, Rolling Stone, Skyhooks, Dragon. What else is there? Oh, geez, it's almost as though you're talking to an old bastard. There's a whole much more than that. Oh, Kiss maybe, but still, they were around. What else? There was a shit ton of bands back in the 70s that were fucking awesome. Pink Floyd, ABBA, Akadaka. The list goes on. Oh, it was a year of great fucking music. Everything was great. You could get a job. If you were a bloke, you could get a job and you could probably get the job for life. You could get a mortgage for under $100,000. It was ripe with opportunity, and there was all kinds of interesting people coming to Australia from overseas, like Vietnam and Malta and Italy and Greece and the 10-pound poms, and it was just great because you can still have your pasties and you could still have your sausage rolls and you can still have your snacks on the barbie, and they wanted to join in and then you could also have a plate of chow mein and fried rice with it, and some pastitsies as well, and maybe try out some ouzo, and wouldn't you know that piece of stuff's pretty good as well. And spag bol, well, isn't that nice and cheap to make? Geez, we got some interesting fucking cuisine come out of that one. Life's fucking fantastic. Oh, it wasn't fantastic back then. I pity about the 21st century. Everyone's doing so much stuff with computers. Don't know how to work those bloody things. Oh, and fucking, look at the grandkids. They can't afford fucking housing or whatever, and they go get long-term jobs or permanent jobs or whatever. Casualisation of the workforce, the corporatisation means the jobs are going overseas. Everything's a great big fucking mess, just like dropping the fucking ashtray. And, the truth of the matter is let's face it. You know what? Oh, back in the 70s, we had it better, didn't we, eh? Hey, old bastard. Oh, you're wrinkly and you can't get it up anymore. But still love you just like back then. Oh, you look the same as you did back then, only wrinklier and greyer. Oh, darn. Your boobs have dropped to the floor, but they're as nice as they were back in the 70s too. Oh, did you try that hippie stuff? Can't remember if we tried that hippie stuff. Had a spliff once, remember? We talked about it, but then we didn't do it again because it was silly. Oh, right, yeah. So I was just down at the pub on Friday night, was it? Yeah, that's right. That's how we met, remember? Yeah, had a few too many. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. Is that how it happened? Yeah, we had a shotgun wedding, remember? Shotgun wedding, because if we didn't get married, then our kid would be taken by an orphanage. Yeah, that one. Yeah, we were afraid our kid would be taken by an orphanage if we didn't get married. We had to get shotgun married straight away and pretend that like we didn't do anything untoward. Oh, of course, that's right. Okay, oh shit. Okay, okay, okay. Maybe it wasn't that good. Well, we had a good life together and raised a good family. They were good ones. Yeah, but fucking hell, God, oh God, they don't do that to people anymore. They don't like force people to marry each other and threaten to abduct their children if they're not married. Well, no, they don't do that anymore. Oh, well, at least they don't have that now. At least that's an improvement. Well, what else is an improvement from them? We have the possibility and actuality of Aboriginal people in Parliament. Unlike the early 60s, they're not considered um, amongst the Flora and Fauna Act. Or was that a myth, or was it something about the census or something, wasn't it? Yeah, they're not emissions either. Okay, they're actually able to walk around freely, in their own country, which is quite fair, don't you think? Oh, yeah, they used to do that, didn't they? Oh, and they had stolen gens as well. They were stealing people when they had brown, but yeah, they were stealing people for racism and reasons as well, not just because they weren't married. Holy fucking crap. Oh, also, yeah, a lot of those people used to get called wogs and chinks, didn't they? Yeah, they did. Oh, and sorry, do you remember that friend that we had that turned out to be gay, and then a few months later he went missing? Yeah, they found his body pushed off the cliff of Clontarf, and they said it was a suicide. But later on, I heard that there was 100 people thrown off that cliff, and they're all gay people. Yeah, that's right. That they called the unsolved gay homicides. Oh God, hang on a second. Maybe things weren't better than back in the past. Oh shit. They give with one hand, they take it with the other, don't they? Yeah. The price you pay for not dying and being able to have your own families or decide the shape of your own families is they've got nowhere to live, doll. Why are they so cruel? Maybe the imagined past it really is just imaginary and it really did suck. Yeah, it probably did. Come to think of it, were your parents really highly strong, used to whip you sideways and grab you, clip you by the ears? Yeah, they did actually. Did you ever get any encouragement? No. Oh, it wasn't that good, was it? We did decide to do something different, didn't we? Like, well, less on the corporal punishment and more on the go to the naughty corner and think about it. Yeah. Ah, things weren't that good after all, were they? No, they weren't that good. Oh, just be careful of people retreating into the imagined past. The past has both sides of the coin, just like the present. That's what they'll do. You'll probably find USA they're doing the same thing. Donald Trump is a geriatric. He's pushing 80 years old. He's retreating into his imagined past. It was nothing like yours. Not even back then. He hasn't got a clue. And his hangers on were trying to do the same thing. They got told a bunch of crap about feminazis, this, and woke that. And it's like, well, you know what? Maybe some aspects of the debate went a bit too far and became a little bit too PC. Maybe people lost their sense of humour along the way. But you know what? Pushing people off cliffs because they were gay was never funny. People being stolen because they was brown was never funny. People were being stolen because their parents weren't married was never funny. And people being called chinks and wogs was also never funny. Have a nice day.